And we are live on YouTube. So, good evening, YouTube. Good evening, Facebook. Sorry, YouTube. My phone just slipped. And here we are. Okay, let's do it just a bit like this. And we cool. Okay. Good evening. So, today, today I want to continue where we left off yesterday. And yesterday we talked about the first contact point, if you want to call it that way, with your customers, which is usually the ads. You can start your initial contact and start that relationship with your customers through your affiliates, through organic traffic, through all sorts of things. But the most predictable way to build wealth is to learn how to turn advertising into profits. And yesterday we broke down the ads, and not talking what you can say in your ad to get a better conversion. We'll go through that after we finish this part of irrefutable laws of business growth episodes. And we talked about what can you do with the existing list that you have, and how can you boost your profits with all the people that you already possess. And your list, that is your asset, and you need to learn how to get the most out of the existing assets of your business that you already have. And today we want to break down what needs to happen after they see your ad. And this part can usually be immensely powerful if you approach it with caution. That's the word, because we are taking that page that they see after they click on our ads for granted. And that's not something to be taken for granted, because it's in this blueprint that I showed you. This is the blueprint, and you see here is almost exactly what we are talking about in last couple of days. You have the ad here, and now you have the opt-in page right here. I'm sorry, YouTube, because you can see it now. So the opt-in page is the second thing that's happening when you break down a business that's selling something online. I hope that it's a second thing, because you want to get as many of those email addresses as you can, because you want to have that email list as your asset that you can turn back to anytime you have some kind of money issues in your business. And if you're going to implement any of the strategies that we shared in the last 10 days, if you implement just one, I can virtually guarantee you that you won't have any issues inside your business. So the landing page, why do I say to approach it with caution? Listen, there was I think it's Tony Robbins, his platinum group. Those are the guys that are paying like 100K a year to be part of, and it's like 3 meetings a year or something like that. And his special guest was Jay Abraham, just top-notch business consultant, in my opinion, best that you can find, and one of the most expensive. And they were talking, it's kind of based like a case studies. You come out, you state your problems, business problems, and then they try to overcome those problems right there on the stage. Amazing thing. I happen to have that video somewhere on my computer. I watched the whole thing. It was like 6, 7, 8 hours. And there came out a guy who was selling, as if I can remember correctly, he was helping people who lost their documents or something like that, like ID or their passport. And he is overcoming that problem that we all hate, going to the governments, and just go through all the hassles and all the paperwork. And he's doing that for the people, for people who lost their dog. I believe it was that the point of the story, and why it's important, not because of his business. He was in $6 million a year business, so it was a huge business. Now listen, he took his landing page. The first thing that people saw after they s- went through. I believe that it was all organic, that he wasn't running any ads. So they clicked, they searched something in Google, they clicked, found his page, and on that page he had some kind of headline that basically didn't promise anything to the audience. He changed that to how can you save uh, 5 hours and have your documents back without going back and forth to the offices, something like that. The point, I can find you if you want me. I can find you exactly what was that. I have that video still on my computer somewhere. The point, he went from $6 to $12 million business from changing the headline on his opt-in page. That is the power of the second thing that happens after they click. We are assuming that, okay, I just need them to click on the ads, and when they see an opt-in page, who gives an F if 20%, 25 or 30% is opting in. Listen to me, if you have 25% opt-in rate, it means that from 10,000 people that clicks on your ad, 2,500 people are opting in. You have certain percentage on your conversion rate and how many people are buying. You have 1%, 2% conversion rate. Now listen, if you put in that process in your emails and as many eyeballs as you can on that sales page, the point is, if you put in that process 2,500 people, you will have 2% conversion rate, and you can do the math how many of those people will buy and how much money will you earn. But what will happen if you put 5,000 people in that process? You guessed it, you will double your business. That is the power of it. That's why you want to constantly test your opt-in page, constantly put the half of your traffic on your, they call it control. That's the page that performs great, and you want to have one that's called control. When you have control, then you want to test all the others against the control. And when you find one that's working better, it can mean that you can go from $1 million to $2 million, or from 5 to 10, or in this case the guy went from $6 to $12 million. You want to have headlines on your opt-in page that are promising something and that are talking straight to the audience that are clicking on your ads, and you want to be congruent with what you have stated in the ad. You don't want to talk about t-shirts in your ad then talk about pants on your opt-in page, because that won't work. That will lower your conversion rate. If someone clicked on your t-shirt ad or your pants ad, show them the pants opt-in page. If they clicked on a hat ad, show them a hat opt-in page, because hat is something that interests them. If I click on the ad and I want to buy a hat, and right after that ad I see that you have 30% discount on shorts, I don't give an F. I want to buy a hat. Now I'm not seeing the hat that I clicked on the ad because of that hat. It was a red hat. Why am I not seeing the red hat? Why? Even if it's a blue hat, people don't want to assume anything. They want to have it as simple as possible. So be congruent and test different headlines, test different layouts, test different call to action. It can be click here to buy, click here to opt in, or I want this. You can have, sometimes it can happen that you can increase your conversion rate by 10, 20, 50% just by going from uh, I want to opt in to I want a hat. It's crazy. And you want to give something in return to people that are opting in on your list. You want to be something of real benefit, and something that they can use immediately, because that if that happens, if they click and they opt in and they get something for free from you. Now we are not talking about brick and mortar business, we are talking even a brick and mortar business. If you know that you have best t-shirts on the planet, and you have no doubt that every single person that got your t-shirt is a customer for life, man, go above and beyond and give them a free t-shirt. Send it to them. Tell them, man, I'm so happy that you opted in today. I'm glad to have you in my world. But you know what? I don't want to blabber and talk about all this BS like all the other guys around the web. Listen, I have the best t-shirts on the planet. Give me the number of your t-shirt, give me the size, and give me where do you want me to ship it, and I'll ship it, and I'll even pay for the shipping. Man, if you have the best t-shirts on the planet, brother, sister, you will have that guy for life. If your customer lifetime value, that's why you need that number. Remember, we talked about it. If you have a customer lifetime value of like your customers are worth to you $500 during 12 months, if your t-shirt is a $50, give it to them for free, because you will get that. That way you will have, instead of 1,000 people, instead of 1,000 customers a month, it can be any number, you can go to 10,000. Now when that multiplies, you're losing $50 up front, but you're making $5 million on the back end. That's the power of it, and that's something you want to test. That's the thing that's happening after they click on your ad. You now have your headlines, you have the pictures. You want to test video ads. They can work really, really good, especially to build that bond. If you're likable, if you know how to talk in front of a camera, flip it up, take your iPhone, just turn it on, and talk about something that you will then test and see if it works better than what was working for you best. I'm not telling you turn off everything that you did before that and just go with the video ad. That would be suicidal. It can perform like 10 times worse than it was performing before that. Just a simple picture of your, for example, t-shirt, or a PDF book that you're giving them away, or a video that you're training that you're giving away. You want to test everything. That's the point of this. And testing opt-in pages, that is like really easy. Set up, get some software. You can get like software that are building opt-in pages for like $20 a month or something like that. You can go above and beyond and go with Kartra. That's like $89, their basic plan, or second, I don't know, I forgot. $89, man, you can make wonders in Kartra. They're like, Kartra is tracking every single step that your customers and your potential customers are doing on your website. It can give you enormous power when you set it up correctly, and when you find out what exactly are happening before your people buy, because that is exactly where you want to show them. Just map out the way and show them the spot that's happening before someone buys. Just light up that spot so everybody will come to that spot, because from that point they are buying. That's why you need to go just the same as you go with the business growth blueprint. Reverse engineering, see what's happening the moment before and the moment before and the moment before. And that way, if you can hear this is my 20-month-old son crying, probably again falling on the face, because he's like constantly running for 10 to 12 hours a day, and he probably fell down again and probably broke something, I don't know. But that's what happens with kids, they're just woo 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 until you go crazy. So thank you for joining me today. Please test at least one. If you don't know what to write, how to change your headline, you can find a lot of free resources around the web, or conversely, you can schedule a talk with me. We can go through this. First, we would build a business growth blueprint that is free. That initial call is free, 45 to 60 minutes, and we would map out everything that's important and everything that can give you what I call the lowest hanging fruit profits inside your business. Every single business has an oil well in its backyard. You just need to know where to drill. And that's what I do for a living. I find those oil wells and I just boost them and give them take the most out of every single of those. And believe me, sometimes the businesses can have 5, 6, 7 of those, sometimes 30. J. Abraham calls them impact points. I call them oil wells, because if you're making $1 million and we have one spot on your business where we can go from 1 million to $2 million, man, that's an oil well. So thank you for joining me today. I will put a link in the comments where you can go to see and read the letter that I wrote for you. And after you read that letter, you can click on the link and fill out a simple questionnaire where you can tell me just the simple stuff about your business, because before we get on that call, you know the deal. I need to know who you are, what do you do, and if we are a perfect match, and if I can help you before we get on the call, because I don't want to waste your time and just talk to you for 60 minutes and do nothing. If we are not a perfect match, I'll let you know. I'll write some friendly email, give you some of my recommendations of what you can do to increase your business, and maybe then we can talk. So thank you again for joining me today. Please, you know the deal. This is not for the applause. Test this out, put it in use, see what will happen. Just if you're sending like 500 people to your opt-in page right now, take 250 of those people, just split it. That's why it's called split test. Put another opt-in page and send 250 there and see what will happen after that. See if now from 250 on one, 50 people will opt in. If you get 75 here, man, it's a 50% increase. Don't waste those people. They are ready to buy. They are clicking on your ads because they are interested. They're not clicking on your ads because they are bored. You have all of course you have those people around web, but you know the deal. If your ad is stating the right thing and talking to the right audience and showing the right things that you want them to see, and they are clicking, they're interested. So don't lose them. Test out different headlines, different. I'm sorry because I'm shuffling. I have a back problems. I played basketball for like 10-11 years. So that's it. You will have a link in the comments. YouTube, you will have a link also. And if you want me to help you structure this and find these inside your business, I would love to help you. Click that link, read the letter. If you like what you see in that letter, we can schedule a talk and talk and see what we can do for your business, and probably we can do a lot. So thank you again for joining me, and I'll talk to you probably tomorrow. It's Sunday, but never mind. We will continue our Irrefutable Laws of Business Growth series. So thanks once again, and talk to you soon. Bye bye. So as always, end the video, always a dilemma: how to end Facebook, how to end YouTube. So here, end live video. Bye bye Facebook. And now YouTube. Man, do you see those bottles? That's crazy. It's like I'm an alcoholic. And look at this. Oh, YouTube, you're in on a secret. Just joking, man. It was some party in my house in the last couple of days, so all the people that came in brought some wines and